Hello, I'm Stuart Stewart.
I'm Dina Stewart.
And this is Alive on South Beach, a show that has a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And we're going to start the show off by introducing a good friend of mine, Ed Bell. And this is what he had to say. If you close your eyes and listen to this man's voice, you may recognize it because it's one of the most recognizable voices in Miami. This is nice. Ed Bell.
I should have hired you. I should have hired you years ago to be my PR person.
Many years ago, I was a PR person. I probably would have done a great job for you.
Well, I love your new show. It's great fun. You plug me into Miami Beach every week, and I love seeing you on Lincoln Road. And you interviewed Michael Aller. He popped up on one show, and then you had the mayor there, and then you're doing a fun thing there.
I'm here tonight specifically to introduce one of the best voices I've heard for a long time.
Isn't she great? Isn't she just marvelous?
And we're talking about Nicole Henry.
You made me leave my happy home. You took my love, but now you're gone. Since I fell for you,
I've seen the greats in jazz: Ella Fitzgerald, Carmen McRae, Betty Carter, Sarah Vaughan on Miami Beach at the Jackie Gleason Theater, and she has all of that and more. She's bringing a modern sensibility to her repertoire. It isn't always strict jazz, but it's with a jazz sensibility, which makes it much hipper. And I think she's going to be international this next year.
Well, we're going to all look and watch her because I think she's going to not be international. She's going to be one of the biggest names in the
Universal.
Universal. That's the word I'm looking for.
Well, let me mention again. You got a great show. Keep it going. It's great fun. You're informing all of us, and I really appreciate your efforts.
And one day, why don't you come over to Lincoln Road and drop in on us?
Can we have lunch?
Absolutely.
I'll treat you guys to lunch.
You got it.
Books and books.
Okay. You started out in Bucks County. I know I think your mom was a performer, pianist.
Yes, she was.
And she insisted that you and your sister take up an instrument, and you chose the cello.
I chose the cello, yes. My sister started off, my mom played piano, and so we grew up listening to a lot of classical music at home, which I think is so important for young children or any age person to really be able to appreciate classical music, because it just, you go through so many emotions in classical music, and if you can understand that, you can really understand what the power of music is. But of course, the power of music can be understood in any genre. So my sister started with the violin and the viola, and then instead of picking a horn, I decided to pick another string instrument as well. And I thought the cello was cooler. I thought it was more, more present. I wasn't crazy about viola and violin, but I love the cello to this day. Every now and then I'll pick one up and play a little bit of the Hallelujah chorus.
Well, how did you make the leap from being a classical musician, even though you were young and you were just studying, to suddenly become a jazz vocalist?
Well, I always sang, and until 2002, I sang in church, I sang in school choirs, so of course that was, Broadway, show tunes, popular music, contemporary music, gospel music, and it wasn't until after I graduated from college, when I didn't study singing, I studied acting. Well, I wound up studying acting in the end, but I just loved singing and didn't think of it as a career. But then when people kept asking me to sing, and then I kept getting paid to sing, I said, oh, well, this is, and then it was that first time when I was doing dance music, actually, just out of college, and I'm on this stage and had that experience that I told you, it was really challenging, but so exhilarating. That's when I realized, wow, what I want to do with my life, which is to inspire people, to make people feel comfortable, to make people feel understood, I can accomplish that through singing. So I've just been doing that for the last 10 years now.
And during this time, you've connected with some of the biggest names in the business. Now, I understand you toured with the Duke Ellington Band.
I did.
Was the Duke still around?
No, I wish.
Was Mercer?
His son was actually, yes. His son was conducting the band. And It was incredible. We were actually in Japan. We did 14 concerts together, and it was so fun. I'm looking forward to actually maybe doing something with them again in the future. I've worked with Cab Calloway Orchestra, and of course it was his grandson that leads that band. Let's see, who else? I've opened up for Michael Feinstein, who's an amazing entertainer. He's the one leading, the cabaret.
If you were a painter, and you were going to paint a picture of what the future looks like for Nicole Henry, what would that painting have in it?
It would. I just saw an airplane with like some sort of a, how the airplanes with the messages behind them. So some sort of disbursement of understanding and love, just going through me in a plane, flying around the world.
What would you put on that banner?
What would I put on the banner? Wow, it's okay to feel, it's okay to love. Maybe something like that.
It's okay to put whatever you want on the banner.
There we go. It's okay to put whatever you want. It's true. It's true. I think life is all about really understanding your feelings and why you feel a certain way, and then what way do you want to feel. So that's what you have to do to make yourself happy, and hopefully everybody else around you will feel good as well.
I know you've been nominated several times by Billboard as Outstanding Female Jazz Vocalist.
It's been fun.
Do you think there's a #1 spot coming up real soon? Maybe with Embraceable?
I pray, Stuart. I pray, and it takes. You never know what's going to hit. You just have to always give everything with your heart and really have faith.
Well,
that people are going to love it. So it just came out 2 weeks ago. The CD Embraceable came out August 23rd. So we're 2 weeks out, and we're waiting for radio to pick it up. We continue adding it to the stations throughout the country, and it's been going well. So I love getting the emails and the texts from the phone calls from people. Oh my goodness, I just heard you on this satellite station, or I just heard you on this radio station. So, and soon it'll be, I just heard you with Stuart online. So, yay!
Well, you can't top that. So let me say thank you for coming.
Well, thank you very much.
And thanks for sharing with us. I think you're going to be one of the greats in jazz in the years to come.
I appreciate that.
And I want to be one of your fans.
Well, thank you, and thank you for the support after all this time. It's great to sit with you, and thank you again.
Well, lately I seem to walk as though I had wings. Yes. I bump into things like someone in love. Each time I look at you, I'm limp as a glove. Oh, I'm feeling like someone in love.
I'm sitting here with Andrew Delaplane.
That's me.
And he's a movie director, he's a writer, but that's not why we're here.
No, we're here for cocktails.
We're here, which is Andrew's favorite part-time of the day. But we're not here just for cocktails. We're drinking Delaplane vintage wine.
Actually, it's from California. The name of the company is Champagne Delaplane. We're French ourselves, our family. And but the wine that we're drinking today, this wine, is from the Napa Valley. And we have a wine in the Champagne region of France, and also one here in the Napa Valley. So it's only available in Miami because we don't want to travel. I mean, we go to France to make it, we go to the Napa Valley to make it, but
we can't to
I ain't going to Nebraska to sell it.
Right, this is the place to drink.
So we only make 1,000 cases a year. So it's got to have a very limited distribution in any case. So
and you really have to know somebody because not everybody can get their hands on it.
In fact, it's so exclusive, you can't get it.
This is one of the most interesting people. He ran for mayor.
I'll say.
He ran two of the busiest nightclubs on the beach.
I'll say.
He had a great restaurant.
I'll say.
He published and created a newspaper.
I'll say. In fact, we made millions, but then we lost them.
And we'll hear the whole story when Andrew comes back.
But we did have a good time doing it.
Yeah, we did.
Which is by far the best thing to say ever. After it's all over, if you made a lot of money and you were rich and died unhappy, who cares?
Exactly.
Especially you. So if you had a good time, you lost some money, and you made money, and you lost it, and you made it, and you lost it. As long as you had a good time, it doesn't really matter. In the end, it really, on your deathbed, it doesn't matter. Fun is everything, especially if it has bubbles in it.
And these are words of wisdom from somebody who has almost seen it all.
Almost, not quite yet. And that's a cut.
Right. Andrew is one of the old pioneers who came down to South Beach when we did. And he has a remarkable history, and rather than going into this now, he's promised to come back probably in February and sit down and do a long interview. And if nothing else, it will definitely put a smile on your face.
Once again, as usual, walking on Lincoln Road, we ran into one of the colorful characters we know. This one is Dave, Coco Dave.
And this is what he does.
When you give 100% and don't give up, you can do anything or be anything. This is a simple story of a coconut palm that even though he was told he couldn't achieve his goal, he didn't give up and he achieved his goal. You see, there once was a cocoa palm that lived by the sea, ever so high, in a coconut tree. One day the palm said he, "It's a fish that I want to be, just like those beautiful fish that swim in the sea." From a nearby tree heard he, "A fish you cannot be, for you live so high in that coconut tree." But it is a fish that I want to be, just like those beautiful fish that swim in the sea. From another tree heard he, "If it's a fish you want to be, then it's the Cocoa Man that you must see." Cocoa Man, well, who is he? Oh, you will know the Cocoa Man when a tussling comes and he climbs your tree. Well, days went by and days got long. Then one day came a rustling, a tussling, even a song. "It's the Cocoa Man has come to climb my tree. Oh, Mr. Cocoa Man, it's a fish that I want to be." Cocoa Man took the palm and slid down the tree. I said to him, "If it is a fish, truly a fish you want to be, a beautiful fish you will be, just like those beautiful fish that swim in the sea."
What a great poem, and what a great story, and what an amazing looking fish.
It's also a reminder you can be anything you want to be.
Syndicatednews.net, no S. Alive on South Beach. Okay? Okay.
Start again.
Well, I guess that brings us to the end of our show. I knew I would say something outrageous to get you to laugh. Dina is a perfectionist, and I love that about her. But I also love to goof on it, so it's nothing personal. It's just something funny. Anyway, thanks for stopping by. We hope you enjoyed our show, and I guarantee you that next week we're going to have a brand new show with brand new this and brand new that and a little bit of who knows what. I'm Stuart Stewart.
I'm Dina Stewart.
And thank you for watching Alive on South Beach, syndicatednews.net.